How's it going, guys? My name is Jimmy Champagne, and today weirdly muscular Michael Myers and I are here to talk to you about the Child's Play reboot. So for a quick refresher on this movie, it has nothing to do with the original timeline that's still going over at Universal with Don Mancini and Curse of Chucky, Cult of Chucky, and the new TV show that's coming out on Sci-Fi later this year. The movie's being directed by Lars Klevberg, who worked on Polaroid, which never saw the light of day, and it also has a couple of the producers from It on board. And the biggest twist of all here is, of course, that instead of being a doll infused with the spirit of a serial killer, this version of Chucky is like if your Alexa was in a doll and then it was way smarter and it decided to try and kill your kid and his friends. We got our first look at the doll a little over a month ago, and while we couldn't see it from top to bottom, it looked pretty much identical to the original Chucky, which is of course the Chucky that's still in the other Child's Play movies, so I feel like that might confuse audiences just a little bit. But today, thanks to Collider, we not only got a release date, but a brand new poster for the movie that shows us quite a few little details if you look close enough. The reboot's coming out on June 21st, 2019, which basically gives this movie about a year of turnaround time, and that's fair considering that Halloween took about the same time to make. This movie wrapped filming on October 30th, so I don't think there's anything to worry about there, but what I do think there is reason to worry about is the fact that this movie is coming out on the same day as Toy Story 4. They had to have known. There's no way they didn't know, and I don't understand why they're going up against Toy Story 4, because they're gonna get demolished. Not only is that movie capturing children, but it's also capturing people my age who grew up with Toy Story, Toy Story 2, and Toy Story 3. I mean, I'm gonna see Child's Play, but like, going up against Toy Story 4, like, that's not cute. It just seems like a big mistake, if you ask me. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. And because Sony apparently doesn't know how to read a calendar either, they're releasing their reboot of The Grudge in the same weekend. So not only is that movie going up against Toy Story 4, but it's also going up against Child's Play, which, to be fair to the mass audience out there, I feel like Child's Play has way more mindshare over the average moviegoer than The Grudge ever did or ever will. That just seems like an incredibly stupid decision on Sony's part. So this weekend, June 21st, 2019, is going to be an absolute bloodbath for horror movies. And I definitely think that the Grudge reboot is going to be the one that loses the most. Another thing the poster reveals is that the toy, instead of being a good guy doll, is going to be called a Buddy, spelled B-U-D-D-I, with a little Wi-Fi logo above the eye. This thing is definitely going to be able to connect to the internet, which is probably how it gets hacked or something and turns into a murderous child-killing doll. It also looks like, from the side of the box, which I sharpened, I couldn't really figure out what it says. It looks like it's gonna have speech recognition, so it'll obviously be able to understand you. It looks like you're gonna be able to control it with your tablet or a dedicated remote. So it lines up with what this kind of doll would look like in 2018, in my opinion. If you take a closer look at the box, you can see a little K logo in the top right and bottom right of it. Now that makes me think that's of course the company that made the toy, so I did a little digging around online, but I didn't have to look very far because the movie's Twitter account tweeted out a poster with a weird quote today. It reads, "Every child in America deserves a best friend, so we built one." And the quote is attributed to Henry Caslin. It's easy to put two and two together here to realize that Henry Caslin owns the company that's making this toy, and I did a little more digging online and I found out that this movie was actually originally called The Caslin Project, or at least that was the working title while it was being filmed. I also found this lady's audition for the movie that I think she accidentally made public on Vimeo, which is just kind of funny. I don't think it actually means anything for the movie, but I don't know what character she was auditioning for or if she got it. I just thought that was kind of funny. I'm pretty conflicted on this movie still. I'm more excited for it now, but I do feel bad for Don Mancini and everyone working on that franchise over at Universal. But it is really unfair for him to have to go up against a theatrical movie with some direct-to-DVD movies and a TV show on Sci-Fi. So I feel bad for him, but I gotta say, they're getting me interested in this new movie. Not only are they having the balls to go up against Toy Story 4, but they're putting some cool details out there, and it looks like they're modernizing the story in a cool way, and they're bringing on some really big talent like Aubrey Plaza. So MGM and Orion are obviously really confident in this movie, so I'm getting more excited for it. It feels weird to admit it. The one thing I'd like to hear is who's voicing the doll, because it obviously won't be a gruff voice like Brad Dourif. I really don't know who could be voicing this doll. It might just be a Siri voice or something like that, but I'd love to hear what you think of all these new details down in the comments below. And if you're a new subscriber, definitely hit the bell button so you get updates every time I upload a video, because I guess the bell is the subscribe button now. It's really weird. Anyways, guys, my name is Jimmy Champagne, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.